Good morning. This is A Course of Love by Mari Perron, study of, therefore. This is Karen Morley and Black Crow Walking, bringing it to you from Australia. And Karen's in Phillip Island and I'm in Lake Macquarie, beautiful Lake Macquarie. So we both live in paradise, don't we, Karen?
We do.
That's a good creating, don't you think?
I think so.
All right, we're up to chapter 5, verse 20 today. The first and only exercise for your mind within this course has already been stated. Dedicate your thought to union. When senseless thoughts fill your mind, when resentment arises, when worry comes, repeat the thought that comes to open your heart and clear your mind. And here it is. I dedicate all thought to union. It's the same as what I've been saying all along. I join my mind with the mind of love. I join my heart with the heart of love. I join my will with the will of love. So they want us to say, I dedicate all thought to union. As often as you need to replace senseless thoughts, think of this and say it to yourself, not once but 100 times a day, if needed. You do not need to worry about what to replace your senseless thoughts with, as your heart will intercede by fulfilling its longing for union, as soon as you have expressed your willingness to let it do so. Would you like to read the next one, Karen?
Certainly. You do not yet understand the strength of your resistance to the union that would turn hell into heaven, insanity to peace. You do not yet understand your ability to choose that which you make real in your creation of the world. The only meaning possible for free will is this: what you choose to join with and what you choose to leave outside of yourself.
Yes. The first and only exercise of your mind within this course has already been stated. Dedicate your thought to union. And we've been talking about joining all this time, joining with our hearts with the hearts of others and with the mind of God. And now we're talking about simply dedicating your thoughts to union, to that joining. When senseless thoughts fill your mind, when resentment arises, when worry comes, repeat the thought that comes to open your heart and clear your mind. I dedicate all thought to union. Do you have anything to say, Karen?
Yes, it's really simple. I mean, the just dedicating your thought to union, and to know that that is going to be all encompassing, that will help to clear my mind and bring me back to my heart and allow my heart to open. I think that gives me a peace of mind. Just having something to, I think, focus on. So if I can focus on that, if I can focus on just bringing myself back to the thought of union with my heart and union with others.
Mm.
So from the heart, from that place and to that place.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's really reassuring.
it is. And, sometimes we catch ourselves having the most septic thoughts. It's just unbelievable, the thoughts that come in. And oftentimes I think, where did that come from? I would never even think such a thing. It's like I kind of like I've caught it somewhere out of the atmosphere and it's come in. But really what this is doing is just bringing us back to awareness and conscious co-creation. So Karen, for me, it's like, um, especially with issues like sickness, there's fears that can come in with sickness, that can sort of grab hold of you. And as soon as that story grabs hold of you, you're gone. You can't get out of the story. It's almost like Um, yeah, it's like the story's feeding you your thought system, and that puts you in the rat cage. So just by saying I join my mind with the mind of God, or I dedicate um, all thoughts to union. Um, I kind of like the other way better. I've got it in my head. um, yeah, it's just bringing us back to that conscious awareness that we are the co-creators of our own life, and we don't have to put up with these thoughts trying to rule us and create chaos in our lives. So yeah, it's a good thing to practice, and it says here, even if you have to say it 100 times a day, you know, think of this and say it to yourself, not once, but 100 times a day if needed. You do not need to worry about what to replace your senseless thoughts with, as your heart will intercede by fulfilling its longing for union as soon as you have expressed your willingness to let it do so. So I don't know about you, Karen, but when I really become conscious of joining my mind with the mind of love, there's a stillness and silence that appear. And sometimes those thoughts can just go into the background like a radio, like noise in the background. But other times, there's this beautiful stillness and silence and peace that comes when you're willing to join your mind with the mind of love and let go of those stories and those thoughts.
I what did come up for me was like you that the stories, if I allow them to continue, and they do feed on themselves. There's something else that comes in that feeds it, and another thing that comes in and feeds it. And it's like a downward spiral, like you're going down, 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 and it picks up speed and momentum, and it's catching it, and no matter where you are where I am in the spiral, catching it and going and coming back to that centered space of your heart, and that to me does provide me with peace,
Mm,
and it slows everything down. It slows all of those thoughts that are racing in down, because my mind is focused. So there is a willingness to place my attention all on that. And so I think in that willingness, then I am just so reassured by that sentence about you do not need to worry about what to replace your senseless thoughts with, as your heart will intercede by fulfilling its longing for union. So my heart's going to step in, and it's
mm,
going to do what I need to do. Like, it's going to show me what I need to do. I need to take the action and follow it, but it will show me if I just let it go. And the times recently that I've let that go, I've been blown away by different things that have come up. Um, yes, so it's been good.
all right. You do not yet understand the strength of your resistance to the union that would turn hell into heaven, insanity into peace. Isn't it interesting that we go straight to the resistance? I don't
Mm.
know about you, Karen, but in the past, I have listened to the voices of my programming and training that says anything you can't see isn't real. All this crap that we've been taught um, by a fear-based society, and we do have this resistance that automatically arises when things are not understood by the mind.
Definitely.
Yeah, so what if we gave our minds permission to relax, chill out, it's all right. You don't have to resist anything, just open to any possibilities that are available to us through spirit, through divine love.
I think for me, it's that primitive fight or flight. So
Oh yeah.
constantly being on alert
Mm.
or things that might be I perceive as danger. So
Yeah.
my perceptions have come from my upbringing or what's around in society or what friends say or what I'm picking up. So that's what's there as the picture. But to know that I don't have to hook into that or be part of that
Mm.
or even go down that rabbit hole of thinking that way. And I can come back to the heart and just be in that place. There is such a difference, but to know that it's powerful.
Mm.
The other one presents itself as very, very powerful, and it it's so overwhelming at times, and it feels okay. Well, this must be important if it's this overwhelming, but it isn't. And it's having. I love that coming back to that thought that the heart and the joining and the union is where I want to be.
Mm.
And but catching myself. So I think I'm catching myself a lot more quickly nowadays. I can feel myself going, 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 and then I go, oh, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it.
Yeah, the pain body has a wonderful way of coming in the back door and tricking you. Yeah. You do not yet understand your ability to choose that which you make real in your creation of the world. And we are powerful choosers, and our choice is in every single moment. It's like I'm choosing right now to sit on this bed and make this video with you instead of getting ready to go to Sydney. However, yeah, and that was a choice I made because it's important for me, and it's important for you, and it's important for the world to see that choice is in every moment. And we think we're under other people's choices, but we're not. There are choices within choices sometimes. And it's all about how you choose to behave, how you choose to respond to certain circumstances. And sometimes, yeah, sure, sometimes we can't change world war, Karen, but we can change how we respond to that. And, like when there's a disaster, when there is some sort of like, the Lismore floods recently, and, there's three different categories according to the psychologists of this world. There's three different categories that appear when there's a major disaster. The first ones are the pillagers and plunderers, that go into the places where people have had devastation and steal as much as they can of anything that's worth doing. And that was seen we very much saw that in Lismore. And then there's the doctors and the nurses and the people who want to help, who get in there, and they, we saw the fireys, and we saw people coming with vans and trucks and busloads of stuff to help people. We saw people setting up places to feed people and to offer services and to coordinate all the donations and that sort of thing. So that's the second category. And then the third lot of people go to the mountains and they grow the food for the people that are in trouble, so that when they come up the mountains, there's something there for them. Yeah. So I often fit into those last two categories, and at this time in Lismore, I was straight in there with the help and the cooking food for people and taking donations out to people and all that sort of thing. So it's interesting to watch myself fall into those choices. And we're talking at the moment about choice. Every minute is a choice, and it's how you choose to respond to disasters, or how you choose to respond to something that's wonderful and happy. It's all a choice. Every thought that passes through your mind offers you a choice. And it's up to you to create heaven here on this planet, um, every day, every moment of the day. And if you're living in hell, if you are creating hell, why are you doing that? Becoming conscious is the key. Knowing that you have a choice. Yes, you do. You have a choice. You don't need to stay in domestic violence. You don't need to stay in your addictions. They're choices that you're making every moment. So you can join your mind with the mind of love. You can join your heart with the heart of love. You can dedicate all thought to union and make better choices any minute now. Karen.
Mm. I think the knowing that you have the ability to choose, because I know at times I think, oh my goodness, I'm just going down this track because that's the track I'm going down, and I'll just accept this. But to know that there is a choice, and more I'm understanding that everything is a reflection of my choice that I make at that moment.
Mm,
It's not saying that what people might do that affects you is something that you influence, but there again, as I say that, I'm thinking, if you stay in that situation, then you are making a choice,
mm,
allow that to occur.
mm,
So there is a choice there, and to know that I can make another choice, a different way, and to have a guidance like this, that you can go to the heart and come from the place of love in any choice. What would love do here? What
mm,
would love do here?
mm,
And ask that question and really be present to that question. And it might be to get out, go. It might be to listen,
mm,
whatever the choice is. Yeah. But what you choose to join with you and what you choose to leave outside of yourself. So there's a choice to leave things away, and what you choose to embrace and to allow in and to flourish from within.
mm.
Mm.
And the thing that's amazing for me that I really got is that in this moment of now, we're actually creating our future. And so that's also a choice. So if I'm creating my future right now, what am I creating? And I'm creating it through the power of the spoken word. But I'm also creating it with my heart. So whatever you are talking about now, you're going to get more of. Whatever you focus on, you'll get more of. So if you're focusing on war and struggle and um, the negative side of life, if you're allowing your thought system to rule you, you're going to get more of that. And it's like the people that you hear that have anger issues. They're going to get more of that till they work out that that's not what they want to choose. They don't want to choose to be angry anymore. Because even if nothing is presenting that's giving you a cause to be angry when you have anger issues, you will project a reason onto that thing in order to feel the anger. And then you'll get more of that. And this is how it works. And it works exactly the same with bliss and happiness and peace when we focus on the calm side of life. Our breathing, our joining with the hearts of others, our joining with the spirit of the tree and the spirit of the beautiful water. And when we begin to really focus on what we want to create, we get more of that, Karen. And it's just delicious. So this is the way, guys. Just get out of your heads and stop it and be present with your heart and join with your heart. Consciously join with your heart and bring that heart, that beautiful, precious heart, to the world and to your relationships with everything and everyone. Because this is your opportunity to change your choice to one that creates happiness, peace, and freedom which is in actual fact your natural state.
I love when you say stop it,
I love it too. Stop
because
it.
you can do it so in such a, and I think in such a fun way, because you're catching yourself instead of lashing yourself.
Mm.
And to me, it's like, stop it, stop it. And laughing, I'm doing that again.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the that is one of the greatest keys for creation is to actually laugh at life, laugh at our absurdities, laugh at humanity. It is actually absurd enough to laugh at, you know. And for me, it changes the whole energy when you can laugh at life and say, "Hey, I don't have to do that anymore. I'm really choosing to self care today. I'm really choosing self nourishment today. I'm choosing self love in all its forms today. And I'm going to get more of that.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay, yay.
All right, beloved. I love you. And it's been such a pleasure to be with you again this morning, Karen. Thank you. Thank you, video, for not working this morning so that we could do it again. It's always fun. All right, listening to spirit. That's what we have to do. All right, enjoy your day, guys. I'm off to Moulin Rouge today, and I'm so excited that I've created this. Bye, Karen.